Hi, this is Liverpool Life. Breathe. Just take a deep breath in and let it out right now. While the headlines have been dominated by the Salah noise, we've missed the crucial bit. What is actually happening with the team on the pitch? This week, which the tabloids dubbed the week of survival for Arne Slot, is over, and it ended in a way that gives us plenty to talk about. We were standing on the edge of a precipice where one mistake could have set off a catastrophic chain reaction, but instead, we got perhaps the most mature tactical performance of the season. Get comfortable, this is going to be a long and detailed chat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, it means a lot to us. Cheers! Let's start with the main thing, the reaction. After what we saw in the previous matches, the trip to the San Siro to face Inter looked like a guaranteed death sentence. An Italian giant that turns opponents to ash at home against our Liverpool side still searching for its identity. What did Arne Slot do? He didn't try to be a hero, he killed the dogmatist in himself and switched on crisis manager mode. We saw a fundamental shift in philosophy, abandoning total control in favor of suffering for the result. Against Inter, we didn't see the usual 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. It was a hybrid diamond, something like a 4-3-1-2, and it was brilliant in its simplicity. Slot understood perfectly that Inter's main strength is the midfield, where Barella and Calhanoglu usually do whatever they want with opponents. To cut off their oxygen, Slot flooded the middle. McAllister, Szoboszlai-Jones, and Gravenberch created a block so dense the Milan side simply had nowhere to pass. We ditched that suicidal high press that has cost us points recently. Instead, a mid-block. Our forwards played wide, blocking the flanks, while one of the midfielders would jump out to press Inter's center-backs. It was a trap. We forced them to try and go through the middle, where our midfield quartet was waiting for them. And the numbers back these up. The expected goals against us in open play was a pitiful 0.44. Remember the open house we were running at the back against Leeds and feel the difference. Yes, Inter had 9 shots, but only 2 on target. That is called control without the ball. I also want to highlight the work with the fullbacks. Slot pushed them high for width, but to avoid getting hit on the counter, our center mids constantly dropped into the defensive line during the build-up. It confused the Italians. They simply didn't know who to press. The 1-0 win thanks to Szoboszlai's penalty is a reward for patience. We broke Inter's unbeaten home run, which had lasted since 2022, and that says a lot. Then came Brighton at Anfield, and here the task changed. We had to prove Inter wasn't a fluke. And you know what? We saw a blitzkrieg, 46th second of the match. Hugo Ekitiké goal. The fastest goal of the season. Let's pause on Ekitiké. This lad, whose transfer many viewed with skepticism, is becoming the key figure in the attack. The stats don't lie. Ekitiké has converted 25 of his 45 big chances. His brace against Brighton is a statement that he is the first choice striker. No debate. Fans are already singing Ekitiké's praises. We've gathered the fan reactions in the Liverpool Live app. Some are praising him, while others are openly taking the mick. Which side are you on? Follow the link in the pinned comment or in the description below. But what worked and what didn't in these 2 matches? Let's be honest. Stabilizing the defense worked. 2 clean sheets against opponents like that is a foundation you can build on. Slot's pragmatism paid off. The bet on Ekitiké worked. The tactical flexibility worked. With Curtis Jones forced to cover at right back after Gomez's injury, it shows the players understand the manager's ideas. But there are problems. The main one is Florian Wirtz. We paid a record £116 million for him, but so far, it's an investment in thin air. 0 goals, 0 assists in 7 matches. He looks like a foreign body in the side. Pundits, and I agree with them, say he's being used incorrectly. He's isolated on the wing. Wirtz needs to be the brain center, playing closer to the striker, not hugging the touchline. Until Slot finds a place for him, we are playing with 10 men in attack. The reliance on set pieces is also worrying. We are still creating too few chances from open play against organized defenses. Now let's get to the elephant in the room. Mo Salah. Slot handled this in a cold peace style. He didn't make a public spectacle of it, but his message was clear. Discipline is above status. Salah stayed home for the Champions League match, and the team won without him. That strengthened the manager's position. When Mo came on against Brighton to replace the injured Gomez, Anfield erupted with applause, and Salah responded with professionalism. His assist for Ekitiké was historic. He broke Rooney's record for the most goal involvements for a single club in the Premier League. But don't kid yourselves, the conflict isn't over. It's just frozen. Salah says there is no relationship with the manager. It's purely a business partnership. We'll survive until the summer, but in January, when Mo goes to AFCON, we'll see the team's true face. And here we come to the most painful part. The squad. Slot constantly talks about limited resources, and he's right. The treatment room is overflowing. The injury to Giovanni Leone, ACL, out for the season, it's a disaster. We are left with 3 centre-backs. Gomez injured, Endo having issues, Frimpong missing. Curtis Jones at right back is heroic, but it's not a systemic solution. We need reinforcements in the winter, or we will crumble. What profile do we need? First, a centre-back. Not just a body for the numbers, but a player capable of playing in a high line with a good first pass. We need someone like Marc Guehi or Ousmane Diomande, fast, physically strong, capable of covering the space in behind. Guehi is a proven Premier League option. Diomande is younger with a higher ceiling. We also critically need a right back or a versatile fullback. Since Trent left, we haven't properly filled that position, and the injuries to Bradley and Frimpong have exposed that wound. We need someone who offers work rate and reliability, perhaps someone like Daniel Munoz. Without these transfers, any of Slot's tactical ideas will shatter against player fatigue. What are the conclusions? Where is these Liverpool heading? The Opta supercomputer is ruthless. Our title chances have dropped to 7 to 11%. The forecast is third place and a fight for the Champions League, not for the gold. But in the Champions League itself, the prospects are better. Beating Inter almost guarantees us the knockouts. Arne Slot is at a crossroads right now. This week showed he can take a punch. He stopped the bleeding. He showed the team is manageable, but the patient is still in intensive care even if stable. This is a transition season. We are saying goodbye to the era of Klopp's heavy metal football and learning to play pragmatically. We are watching a changing of the guard live on air. Ekitiké instead of Nunez attempts to integrate Wirtz, a future life without Salah and Van Dijk. The forecast for Slot? If he gets through January without a collapse and integrates new signings, he'll get time to build his team. If not, Jurgen's shadow will grow even longer. But right now, after wins over Inter and Brighton, we can allow ourselves a bit of optimism. Slot isn't a magician, but he definitely knows what he's doing, and all that's left for us is to support and believe. You'll never walk alone.